and welcome to the Valley. Today, I am your host, Janet Michael, and it is not the first Monday of the month because that was a holiday and we were all basking in the glow of not having to come to work. So Jennifer Bell is here on the first Thursday of the month.
Surprise!
I know, right?
Confusing.
Hey, I'm just glad that your schedule is flexible and that you can work with me and rearrange when you're supposed to be here.
I'm so appreciative you have me on here. I'll be here anytime you ask.
Yes, well, and I love, one of the reasons why I love when you come is because you always have a ton of stuff. There is always something happening in downtown Winchester. You are
Absolutely.
Winchester's downtown manager, so you kind of got your finger on the pulse of everything that's going on downtown.
There's more than we can cover in this
I know,
lunchtime
right?
broadcast.
We should do like an hour, an extra long segment, and do like an after the pod or something one time.
There's a lot going on in Old Town Winchester. There's no question about it. We'd love to talk about it.
And today, you are breaking out of our normal mold because
I
you
know.
have brought a guest, which is awesome.
I'm so excited. I have Chad Braun-Duin he's the chairman of the Environmental Sustainability Task Force for the city of Winchester, and he's here today to talk about the Green Neighborhood Expo, which is going to be taking place in Winchester on September 15th. So I'm excited to have him here as a guest to tell us more about it.
Awesome. Well, welcome, Chad. You're a newbie to the show, but I have no doubt that you'll be back because this is a really important topic. I'm glad you guys are putting together an event to kind of showcase all of this stuff.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
So exactly what is, Jennifer rattled off this big, long title. What does that mean and what do you do?
Okay. So the Environmental Sustainability Task Force, or EST as we call ourselves, it's a city council approved board in Winchester, and our mission, to kind of simplify it, is that we work in the community to promote sustainable practices, and with this expo. How we're doing that is we're really trying to gather a lot of the organizations that have that similar type of mission statement all together in one spot, and to be able to have the citizens of the community come down and kind of learn from what these organizations are doing in their community then. So
well, and it's a cool event because you're having it downtown on the mall, which I know Jennifer loves.
Absolutely.
When there are events on the downtown walking mall. It's on Saturday, September 15th from 11 to 3. And the thing that I think is the coolest about it is there are going to be so many opportunities for people that probably don't realize all the different departments within city government that do things from a sustainable perspective and recycling and things like that. But you've also brought in other groups like the extension offices and places like that. So you get a pretty well-rounded view of everything that you can do to go green or stay green in our community.
yeah, that's absolutely right. So as you mentioned, the Winchester Public Works are going to be there. So like the recycling and refuge. So if you're at all curious how any of that works, and you live in Winchester, that's a good place to start right there. You can come down and learn about that too. But we've also brought in a lot of other groups that are and organizations that are doing other things within the community as well too. So I'll just kind of give a shout out to the organizations that are going to be there. So we have the Virginia Cooperative Extension. We have the Beekeepers of the Northern Shenandoah Valley. We have the Virginia Native Plant Society. We have the Friends of the Shenandoah North Fork. We have the Opequon Watershed. We have the Greater Appalachian Conservation Society. We have the Northern Shenandoah Valley Regional Commission. We have the Shenandoah Valley Electric Co-op that you get your electricity from in Winchester. We have MTV Solar Panel Installers, and we have the Virginia Wind Energy Center. So very, very diverse group of organizations, and so if you're all curious about what any of those are doing, we invite you to come down. We're going to be setting up kind of in the center of the mall, sort of right in front of the where the old courthouse is there. So if you're there, maybe you came early and you're there at the farmers market there, where the pavilion is. Just come around the corner. You'll see us setting up there and have a chat with us.
Well, and it's cool because the event is free, so it doesn't cost anybody. Rarely does it cost you anything to just walk up and down the walking mall. Anyway, except for me when I'm going in and out of the stores and coming out with all my bags. But that's a whole other show that Jennifer and I usually do. But it is. I mean, you rattled off a really wide list of different people. So you could not be necessarily even a city resident and need to talk to somebody in city public works, but you could live in the county but want to know something about soil and water conservation, and you'll get that information from the extension office.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't have to be a city resident to come. So if you're just sort of live in the area and you're at all curious about soil and water conservation, or sustainable practices, or native plants, or gardening, or tree care,
those resources are all going to be there.
They're all going to be there. Yeah, exactly. So
the Cooperative Extension Group has been fantastic at our farmers market as well, that people can bring in a leaf from something they don't know what it is, or they're having difficulty growing something and they want to know why it's shriveling or has spots, and they are amazing in answering those questions.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. They're a great resource, maybe some people don't know about them, so yeah.
And you're right. I mean, the Extension office has a regular slot on the Valley Today. They come the third Friday of every month, and they rotate through the different counties with different things. Mark Sutphin is usually my go-to when I've got a dead plant. My problem is I wait till it's too far dead, and then he can't identify it to tell me what it was and how I killed it. So I've learned to try and either get it to him before I've totally killed it, or
It's got to only be mostly dead.
I know, yeah. It can only be a little bit dead, which I'm not really sure where that line is. But now, Chad, you had mentioned to me before we came on the air that you guys have done this event similar to this event for a couple of years now. So this isn't your first time out of the gate. You've just expanded it this year.
Yeah, that's right. In years past, we've had it. If you came in years past, we had it at Jim Barnett Park at Christensen Family Land on the pavilion there, and sort of in the past, we had it in the spring, and we kind of combined it with an Arbor Day celebration, and there was a kid zone and certain things there. But this year, having it on the mall, we've kind of broken away from that, and it's just sort of its own kind of freestanding thing then too. So, but it is the third year that we have done this.
Well, and Jennifer, getting it to be located on the mall is, always awesome for you, because this is kind of the key thing for what you do in getting people to come downtown.
We're always thrilled to have events downtown for a lot of reasons. One, it's accessible to a lot of people. The bus lines all go there. It's really easy for people to come down there. It creates great exposure for the events when people come down, shopping or dining, and there's lots of parking. But also, when we have events in the downtown, it helps support the businesses, because people often do go out to lunch or dinner, or they do go to the shops. So it becomes more than just the event. The event is really important, but it's also part of being in the community, and we want to create a wonderful atmosphere in Old Town Winchester that people feel like they can get information, they can learn about healthy practices. We can do so many wonderful things, and we want it really to be the centerpiece of the community of Winchester and Frederick County, that people always feel comfortable coming down to Old Town Winchester and know there's always going to be something going on and something that they're interested in participating in.
Well, and this is a great tie-in, too, because, as Chad mentioned, it's just kind of around the walking corner from the farmer's market.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it all does kind of fit in together when you think, okay, you're here shopping at the farmer's market. We all know how important that is and what that does for our community, and now you can learn how to expand on that.
Absolutely. And as a Main Street director, we are all about preservation and sustainability. People don't always see it that way, but the beautiful historic properties we have in Old Town Winchester are there because of great groups like Preservation Historic Winchester and property owners who had that vision to not just tear things down and build something new, but to recycle what we have. So it's a really important theme, and something we like to carry through the farmers market, and we're really happy to be able to support this effort as well, and expect it to be very successful, and hope that they'll come back next year.
So, Chad, we're still a week or so away. It's on September 15th. If there is somebody that's listening out there that has an organization that maybe ties into what your overall theme is it too late for them to potentially participate? Can they still get in touch with you, or can you just put them on the list, so to speak, for next year?
No, it's actually not too late. If somebody would like to participate, they can go to. We've got a Facebook event post on that. They can also go to winchesterva.gov, the events calendar there, and then also on the Old Town website, the calendar there, and that'll give them some information and a way of contacting us too. And we do have our EST group has an email distribution group. So it's very simple, just EST at winchesterva.gov. So if they send a message to that, then that'll go to everyone, within the EST. So if there are groups out there that still want to participate, it's not too late. We will make room for them.
Awesome. And the event is on September 15th. It's from 11 to 3 on the Downtown Walking Mall. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I know Jennifer still has pages and pages of things to talk about. Chad is going to hang out with us for a little bit longer, too. It is Old Town Winchester Day here on the Valley today. So Jennifer Bell is here. She is Winchester's downtown manager. Chad I knew I was going to do it wrong, didn't I? I said it. It's Braun-Duin, not Bruin-Dawn. It is Chad Braun-Duin. He is talking about the Green Neighborhood Expo happening on September 15th from 11 to 3 on the Downtown Mall. I am Janet Michael. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Expecting to hear a commercial? Well, that's kind of what this is. First, I want to thank you for listening to the Valley Today podcast. You're one of many who listen to the show this way. Sometimes it's because our listeners didn't know that if they're away from the radio, they can still listen on our website, via the TuneIn app on their phone, or even on Alexa. We're also available in the Apple Podcast app and the Google Play Music app. Sometimes our listeners are just busy and they want to listen when it fits their schedule. Or maybe it's a guest of the show who want to hear what they sounded like when they were on the radio. We even have a few binge listeners who listen to a week's worth at a time. So if you want those people, your potential customers, to hear your message, your ad could have been here. And the bonus, your commercial isn't restricted to just 30 or 60 seconds. You can take up to 2 minutes to talk to those customers. There's even the opportunity to be the exclusive sponsor of the Valley Today podcast, which gets you on-air mentions at the end of every show. If all of this sounds interesting to you, give me a call at the station, 540-635-4121, or send me an email to janet@theriver953.com. You can also find all of my contact info by searching Janet Michael on our website at theriver953.com. So do one of those things. Get in touch and let me tell you how we can talk to those customers in this podcast every single day. And now, back to the show. Welcome back to the Valley Today. I am your host, Janet Michael, and today's segment is brought to you by Valley Health, offering minimally invasive surgery options for a quicker recovery. You can learn more at valleyhealthlink.com/MIS. So we are in the studio today for Downtown Winchester Day. Jennifer Bell is here. She is Winchester's Old Town manager. And in the first segment, we were talking with Chad Braun-Duin. Hey, I got to write that down. About the Green Neighborhood Expo. It is happening in Old Town Winchester on September 15th from 11 to 3. You can get more information about that on the Winchester City website. Jennifer has information about it on her website at enjoyotw.com.
That's right.
It's in my brain. But that's not the only thing. I mean, you've got pages and pages and pages of things that are happening downtown over the course of the next month.
Absolutely. There's an enormous amount going on. As I was saying, with special events, there's so much happening, but there's also things happening at our regular establishments in the downtown. We actually have 5 different venues Friday night and 4 different Saturday night that have live music. So there's a lot happening in Old Town Winchester, and encourage people to take a look and find out. Tonight, Skyline Indie Film Festival opens, which is really exciting, for its 6th year. And you can go to the opening reception at 5 tonight at Winchester Book Gallery.
In their new location.
In their new location, that's right. And if you participate in this festival, you can see 56 films in 4 days.
Can you? I mean, that's a lot.
I don't think I
can. Do you not eat or go to the bathroom? I mean, that seems like a lot.
No, it's very manageable. Believe it or not, you can sleep and still do this. So I encourage people to take a look because it's pretty amazing. They've got so many wonderful independent films going on, and
they show them at all different
premieres.
types of locations, different
Absolutely.
venues up and down the Walking Mall and around downtown. So
Haley
that's
Library,
always cool.
Espresso Cafe, Bright Box, Dharma Studio, all in Old Town Winchester. You can see these independent films. They're films you can't see many places, quite honestly.
Right.
I mean, some of them, these are world premieres, some of them are Virginia premieres, some you might be able to see them, say, in the D.C. area, but really amazing array. They actually do a children's camp. Then you'll see 2 of the children's independent films that were produced as a result of their camp that they did. So really, really great organization, doing a lot of great things and bringing a lot of interesting films this weekend. So starts tonight, kicks off. You can get tickets, and they're still available for people who want to participate. Friday night, in addition to the film festival going on, is the First Friday Artist Reception in Old Town. And there's a lot of different places participating. Eugene's going to play some music with some jazz musicians in
Cool.
addition to showcasing some of his art. And Tin Top and other art galleries will participate. So we're trying to ramp that up and add even more to that. Shape Up Sunday's coming on the 16th, as always,
Yeah, we
starting with
can go on
yoga.
Sunday night. You and I always.
I know. It's hot and who wants to exercise? But if you do, it's a great free exercise classes all on
I
the
think my
16th.
Fitbit has turned on me. It doesn't even vibrate anymore. So either I have completely turned into a
it's given
slug
up
or
on
the
you.
batteries have died.
You're not hitting 10,000
I know,
steps.
right?
I'm sorry.
I would 10,000 steps would kill me in a day. I'm pretty sure.
Well, then, Restaurant Week might be perfect
See,
for you.
yes. I need a Fitbit for eating. That's what I need.
It's perfect for me, yeah. When I hit that calorie mark, it vibrates. It vibrates every day.
That would be ugly.
I could really
Oh,
meet
yeah.
that goal.
I could probably do that before I even get to the station with just the junk I put in my mouth from breakfast.
Great
Yeah.
satisfaction when it said, you've reached the 2,000 calorie mark for the day, and it's only lunchtime. So Restaurant Week, September 17th through the 22nd. Some of those details are still being worked out, but as always, there'll be great restaurants participating in that. with
And they always
fixed
have great
price.
deals. I mean, you can get whole meals for a little bit less of a
$30,
price than you would if you just wander in off the street. And it's a great opportunity to try something you haven't tried before.
Absolutely. So encourage people to take a look at that as well as on Facebook and on our website. And then we have some new events that are happening in September, like the Shenandoah Valley Book Festival, which is a whole new event we're excited about. And it's going to bring writers and readers together in free workshops, information sessions, author talks, book discussions, book signings, the works. So much going on. Henley Library's involved with this. And we're actually going to kick it off at the Farmers Market at 9:30 on the 22nd with reading. So bring your kids down. There's going to be a children's story time at the Farmers Market from 9:30 till around 10ish that morning. And then there's going to be writing discussions at Hanley Library, novel writing information at Hideaway Cafe. They're even going to round it off with a coffee with an author at 4 o'clock at Eugene B. Smith's Gallery. So a lot of different places downtown getting involved for this first book festival in Old Town
Well,
Winchester.
and it's a great idea. I mean, so many people are writing books and becoming publishers. It's not as difficult to get a book published these days. So this sounds like it would be a great resource for some people.
And I think people really want to learn more about how to get involved with that and how to do it well. So this is a really great opportunity to celebrate writing and local authors and help people grow and become even better. Celebration is back.
Yes.
It's exciting. On the 23rd, it's now Celebration, a Latin Caribbean festival, so they've broadened it. It should be even bigger than ever. Some of the things they have planned include Latin dance lessons, which I love. Love having dancing in the downtown.
Yeah, see, you know what? That's what we're missing. We're missing the boat there. Shape Up Sundays. We could dance because dancing doesn't feel like exercise.
It doesn't. It's so much more enjoyable. I would do that.
I know,
Except
right?
Like there's that extreme one that I can't. I don't know
Yeah,
what it's called.
no.
I don't do that
Yeah,
one.
no, I don't do that one either.
But yeah,
That
just
Zumba
dancing.
stuff. That's
it,
way too.
Zumba.
No, yeah, not doing that. Not
That's
doing
a little
that.
too much for me. And there will be dance performance by a Mexican children's dance troupe. We're expecting maybe an instrument petting zoo from the Shenandoah Conservatory for music education. There are going to be artisan tents. There's going to be country tents representing different Hispanic countries celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. Food. You name it.
And that's
It's
a
gonna be
free event.
wonderful.
That's free to the public.
Free to the public. Obviously, if you want to have food, you'll need to purchase the food. But it'll be free to the public, rain or shine. It's going to be a great event, and we encourage people to come out and enjoy that one on the 23rd.
Awesome. And all of this information for all of this, you can get more details on your website, right?
Absolutely. Enjoyotw.com. We have information and links on our calendar, so you can get more details about it.
Fabulous. Well, I tell you what, let's take a quick break. I know you have a couple of more events to talk about, and I want to make sure Chad gets in his when, what, where, and how one more time before we're done. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Jennifer Bell is still in the studio with us. She is Winchester's downtown manager. Chad Braun-Duin is also here. He has been talking about the Green Neighborhood Expo. It's happening Saturday, September 15th from 11 to 3 on the Walking Mall. I am Janet Michael, and you are listening to The Valley Today.
There's always more to the story. At the River 95.3, that's what our new podcast, Another Look, offers. A deeper look into the news stories you hear about every week. I'm Dylan Nichols, news director at the River 95.3. Join Janet Michael from The Valley Today and I as we review news from our area, as well as some odd news stories from around the country. You can find Another Look on the river953.com and listen to our take on the news whenever, wherever. Another Look offering you a weekend review with a twist. You can find a new one every Friday in the Apple Podcast app, in the Google Play Music app, or online at theriver953.com.
Welcome back to the Valley Today. I am your host, Janet Michael, and this segment is brought to you by Valley Health Urgent Care. Can't wait to see a doctor? Now you don't have to. You can even check in online and save time at vhurgentcare.com. So we have got a couple of minutes left in the studio. We are chatting with Jennifer Bell. She is Winchester's downtown manager. Chad Braun-Duin is also here. We were talking with him about the Green Neighborhood Expo. We're going to get some of those details from him in a second. But Jennifer, you had just a few more things because there's just not enough.
There's so much. We weren't able to mention it all yet. So quickly, we actually have an art and music festival on September 28th and 29th. We actually have festivals and events every weekend.
Yes. And you don't even need a festival or an event. You could come downtown for the sake of coming downtown and just walking around because it's a beautiful walk.
Absolutely. And then you have things like Restaurant Week this month and so much else that are reasons to come down, like First Fridays. But this festival is a new one, small starting off festival that's going to feature art exhibits, musical performances, seminars, and more. So we're excited that this festival is in Old Town. The theme is color, rhythms, and rhymes, which is very charming. And again, it'll be the 28th and the 29th, so people should take a look at our website to get more information and see the full schedule of events. And then on September 29th, the Winchester Hiram Lodge, the Freemason Lodge in Old Town Winchester, is celebrating their 250th anniversary, which is a really significant historic anniversary for them. And they are going to be giving tours of the lodge. They're actually going to do a concert at the Taylor Pavilion, music by their brother Ryan Keebaugh. And then at 4 o'clock, they're going to have a guest speaker, Brent Morris. And then they'll have some of their own private activities later just for Masons. But they will have the Masonic Temple, the Masonic Lodge on North Loudon Street open for tours as well.
And that's a big deal because you can't just as a I don't think, as a regular individual, just go knock on the door and say, hey, can I take a look around?
There's not typically someone who's there to give tours.
And it is a beautiful, beautiful historic building. I mean, if you can have the opportunity to walk around inside, it is phenomenal.
It's so true. The frescoes were touched up and look beautiful, or just cleaned up. They look beautiful. They have a museum with historic items. A lot of people are really amazed to hear of some of the presidential connections with that lodge. I won't spoil it for anybody, but you definitely should go because presidents have visited that lodge and been involved with the lodge. Not necessarily at that exact location, but with the Masonic group that
as a
has
whole
been here 250 years.
Yeah,
pretty amazing.
See, that's crazy. I should tell John Westervelt that I know he's not 250 years old. I don't know if he's listening today, but my phone will blow up if he...
no.
And then a message comes through, but it wasn't John. So, okay, we're safe. So, we have also been talking with Chad Braun-Duin. He is with, I guess, technically the city of Winchester? Kind of, maybe?
Yes, yeah, you could say that, yeah. EST is the Environmental Sustainability Task Force, and we are a City of Winchester Citizens Board.
And your event is the Green Neighborhood Expo, and when and where is it?
And that is on the Old Town Mall, and it is September 15th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
And it doesn't cost a dime to come walk around, and you're going to walk away with valuable information.
Absolutely. Does not cost anything. It's a free event, very low pressure, no sales pitches. So just come on by and have a chat with us.
And people can get more information about who's going to be there and all of the information. Is it on the city's website?
There's three different places. We have a Facebook event you can find if you search for Green Neighborhood Expo. You can also find it on the winchesterva.gov events calendar and then also on the Old Town calendar as well.
So there's no reason not to go get more information.
Lots of places to find out more about it, and we really appreciate, the city really appreciates community volunteers like Chad who step up to be on these task forces, on the committees, the commissions, and volunteer their time to really move forward on these projects that mean so much to the citizens.
It does. I mean, none of it would happen in a lot of cases without volunteers and people like Chad. So thank you. I'll thank you for your service.
Happy to do it.
We are wrapping up today's episode of The Valley Today. We have been chatting with Jennifer Bell. She is Winchester's downtown manager. Chad Braun-Duin has also been here. He was giving us the details about the Green Neighborhood Expo. It is again happening on Saturday, September 15th from 11 until 3. And enjoy OTW.com because there's even more that you probably didn't even get to today.
Check out our event calendar. Check out the Old Town Winchester Facebook, and you'll get more information about all these wonderful events happening in September.
Awesome. And the first Monday in October is a regular Monday, so you'll be back then.
Thank goodness. We have things for October as well.
Yes. Otherwise, I will meet you back here tomorrow for a brand new episode at 12:30 of The Valley Today.